Hello and welcome back to Instagram for Bosses. If you're new here, hi, I'm Andrea, and my mission is to simplify Instagram marketing so you can stand out as the go-to leader in your niche and consistently attract ready-to-invest clients without having to live on your phone or post every single day. I was recently sitting in my hairdresser's chair, which, let's be honest, is where all the best combos happen. And I asked her about her Instagram, specifically about her reels, because I noticed that she hadn't been posting many reels lately. She's a super talented hairdresser with a ton of experience. She has a loyal client base and she knows that a lot of people find her on Instagram. So I asked her, what's stopping you from posting reels more consistently? And what she said was exactly what I hear from so many service business owners. She's on her feet all day in the salon, back to back with clients, completely heads down in the actual work. By the time she comes up for air, filming reels is the last thing on her mind. It just keeps falling to the bottom of the priority list. She also wasn't sure what to post or how to caption anything. And she'd noticed that engagement on Instagram recently just didn't feel the same as it used to. So she kept asking herself, is this even worth it? Is all of this effort actually going to do anything? Instagram kept sliding further and further down the list, and the days kept passing by. Before we get into what that's costing and what to do about it, a quick reminder to come follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. You'll find me at Andrea Marie Creative. I share extra tips over there, the latest Instagram updates, and honestly, it's where I'm most active. So if you want to stay across what's happening on the platform in real time, that's the place to be. Now let's get into it. Let's talk about what's actually happening here, why it's costing you more than you probably realize, and what's going to make this genuinely easier for you. Here's the thing about Reels specifically. They're the one format on Instagram right now that actively puts you in front of people who have never heard of you. Every other type of content, your carousels, your stories, your static posts, are largely seen by people who are already following you. Reels give you the best opportunity to reach new audiences without having to spend money on ads. They give you access to new eyes and people who could become your next client. When you're not posting them consistently, you're not just quiet, you're invisible to everyone outside your existing audience. And this is exactly what creates those seasons of feast and famine. This is something I've seen play out for over a decade in my experience in marketing, from way back in my radio days. It looks something like this. When you're busy, you stop posting. You tell yourself you don't need to market right now because you can barely keep up with the work you already have. But then the work slows down. The pipeline dries up. You panic and you start posting again. Then you get busy and you stop again. It's exhausting and it's a completely avoidable cycle. The other thing I see happening, and this one stings a little, is business owners losing their premium positioning to less experienced competitors. And it's not because these competitors are more talented or better at marketing than you. It's simply because they're showing up consistently on Reels and building familiarity with the exact audience you're trying to reach. Visibility creates trust and trust drives bookings. It's really as simple as that. So why does it keep happening? I want to be honest with you here because I think the I'm too busy explanation lets us off the hook a little too easily. A lot of the time, the real barrier is fear. Fear of being judged, feeling awkward on camera, not knowing what to say when you hit record, feeling a bit silly filming yourself in your own business. Now, these feelings are so completely normal, and I promise you, every single person who now looks completely natural on camera felt exactly this way at the start. Every single one, including me and including all of the mentors that I look up to. One of my clients, Courtney, is a perfect example of this. When we first started working together and filming reels, she felt all of those things. Awkward on camera, unsure of herself, worried about how she'd come across. We've been shooting reels together now for years, and honestly, she is so great on camera. You would look at the videos that she creates and think there's no way she was ever in a place where she felt awkward on camera. And that's because she shows up totally naturally, totally herself, and she has so much fun doing it. People in her real life, not just her followers, have even commented on how much they love her videos. She's built genuine warmth with her audience, and best of all, she stands out from her local competitors because none of them are sharing the kind of content she is. Her Instagram now works as an introduction to the real human behind the business, and that is so powerful in a world full of AI content. Now, this didn't happen overnight. It happened with practice, strategy, a clear plan, and support. And I promise you, it gets so much easier. The other barrier, and this one is real, and I'm not going to brush past it, it's not knowing what to post. I know some other gurus out there will tell you that ideas are never the problem and that it's all about mindset. Well, I don't fully agree with that. Ideas are genuinely hard sometimes. You sit down to plan content and your mind just goes completely blank. I've definitely been there. You scroll through your competitor's feed and they make it look so effortless and you end up just throwing the whole thing in the too hard basket. This is a real experience and I want to give you some practical help with it. So here are 3 things that will genuinely make this easier for you. The first is planning your reel ideas in advance. And I'm not talking about planning them on the day you want to post them or the night before you want to post them when you're already tired from your busy day at work. I'm talking about setting aside 1 day a month away from your phone and the pressure of actually filming anything and just use that time to brainstorm what you could create. Think about what questions your clients ask you all the time. What are the things people are always surprised to learn about your service? What transformation do you deliver that would actually be interesting to watch? Write it all down in one sitting and suddenly you have a list to pull from rather than a blank screen staring back at you. The second is scripting your reels before you film them. And here's a feature worth knowing about. Instagram just released a teleprompter inside the reels recording screen. You can type out exactly what you want to say and read it while you record, which is a total game changer if going blank on camera is something you worry about. The one thing to watch though is that it's easy to slip into reading mode and sound a little robotic. Your audience can feel that. So you really need to practice varying your tone, pausing in natural places, and trying to speak to the camera like you're talking to a friend and not reading a script. I actually used this teleprompter feature with a client just last week in a Reels shoot. She works in the medical space and was feeling genuinely nervous going into our shoot. We went in with a clear plan and she used the teleprompter for the pieces where she was worried about going blank. And I coached her through keeping her delivery natural and engaging. By the end, she told us how comfortable we'd made her feel and how encouraging the whole experience was. That's what a clear plan and the right support looks like. The third is a mindset shift, and I mean this with so much warmth and empathy because I know it's tough. But if you stay stuck worrying about what other people think, you'll be overtaken by competitors who don't. The people in your audience who matter, the ones who are genuinely considering working with you, aren't sitting there waiting to judge you. They're hoping you'll show up and give them a reason to choose you. And I'll give you one very practical tip for this. If there's a specific person in your life that you're particularly worried about seeing your reels, the one distant aunt or cousin who can't resist a comment, or that acquaintance who always has something smart to say, you can block them from seeing your content without actually unfollowing them. Instagram allows this, so use it. Your business is more important than their opinions. Here's what I want you to take away from this episode. Reels feel hard right now, probably for a few different reasons, and all of those reasons are completely solvable. With practice, a plan, and the right support, it gets so much easier. I've seen this happen over and over again. Now, if you listened to this and thought, I could really use some help with this, I'd love for someone to come in with a plan, do the shoot with me, and handle everything, I want to tell you about our new Done With You Reels shoot. It's designed for Illawarra service businesses who know reels matter, but need help actually making them happen. Here's what's included. An initial strategic foundation session with me where we dive into your specific business goals and target audience. So we go into the shoot with total clarity on what we're creating and why. Then a 2-hour on-location shoot with me and my social media coordinator, Mackenzie. We come to your business, run the whole session, and coach you through every step of the way. You'll receive 6 fully edited reels with strategic captions written in your brand voice, plus a mini content strategy document as a bonus. And then AMC schedules and posts all 6 reels on your behalf so you get a full month of reels completely handled for you. We only have a few limited spots available for shoots in July and August, so if you want one of those spots, DM me the word reels on Instagram and I'll send you all the details. I'll also leave everything linked in the show notes if you want to learn more. If this episode resonated with you, take a screenshot and share it to your Instagram stories. Don't forget to tag me at Andrea Marie Creative so I can chat with you over there. If you haven't already, follow the show so you never miss another episode. And if you have a couple of minutes to spare, then leaving a rating and review genuinely helps more people find the show. I hope you have an amazing week and I'll catch you in the next one.